My shawty pulling up with a real bad. You too.
Hey everybody, it's the Coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be an interesting matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They come in off the very rare tie a game ago.
And it'll be interesting to see what their mindset is going into this game. Sometimes that can be a deflator, and sometimes that can just really make you mad and more determined the next time out.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Here's Tate to return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the very, very talented Andrew Luck.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. Carry here for Robinson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. And that time to tackle by Malik Hooker.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Throwing on third down, Luck. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception throw.
And that last one, that hurts. And now out come the Jags.
Detroit! Detroit! Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
On first and 10, Blanchard. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one goes for 24 yards.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On first down, Blanchard. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so... Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jabal Sheard in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Gone! Detroit! Detroit!
Throwing on third and long. Blanchard. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So the defense asked to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. On 3rd down, that's Robinson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Blanchard, and he whips that one incomplete there.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes, and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
To throw on third down, Blanchard. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 29 yards on third down.
Detroit! Detroit! Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
Throwing on first down, Blanchard. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. They'll try and run for it with Yeldon. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. Second and goal from inside the 5. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on third and goal?
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, Blanchard. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On fourth down, Blanchard got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. As his guys are in for 6, and the Jags have taken the early lead. Big fourth down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on fourth down? And, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? The turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a 2? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
On 1st and 10, Blanchard. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Detroit!
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there and they just got my first down.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? They were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. 23 yards on the play. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Back to throw. Blanchard. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. In for the score. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Here's Tate to return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Love. Over the middle, complete. It's Dixon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit. And that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Robinson. And he takes it in for a Colts score. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts able to get this back with it, a touchdown. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result? 6 points.
Touchdown. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. Now D.D. Westbrook to return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
On first down, Blanchard. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
This is caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Operating from the gun. Blanchard got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. As his guys are in for 6. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. Andrew Luck and company heading back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Breaks through the contact. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get a dish.
Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Indianapolis. In for the score. And the Colts have got it back to a 1-score game. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that will get them 1 closer. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. With it on the return now, here's Westbrook. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. And he's had his chances in this game. He just hasn't been able to find any daylight so far.
Patience, patience, patience. And that's the hard part for a runner, because they expect every run to be a big one for something to pop. So they have to sometimes go through the struggles before it happens for them later in the game. But you got to give credit to the rest of the team. They've worked around the fact that he hasn't had his normal big game.
Yeah, despite his struggle, still winning here in the second quarter. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Throwing on first down. Blanchard. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a first down. And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again. And he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
On first and 10, Blanchard. This will be caught inside the 10. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A gain of 32 that time. From the gun, Blanchard throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that third, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Gone, 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 gone.
Operating from the gun, Blanchard, and that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambo, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Luck, and the Colts come up now first and 10 at the 40. Out of the gun, Luck. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding. Offense.
So that one a hold, right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 13 yards there, offset some of the penalty yardage as it's second down. On second down, Collins. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
The Colts on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, here's Love. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jones. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped.
Ball start. Offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still first down.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Love. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Drops it underneath for Collins. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
The Colts on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Luck now to throw. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now.
And he loses the football the second time.
And that's what friends are for.
Right? As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st down, Blanchard, pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Preston Smith in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Set him back 5.
Still 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd down, Blanchard. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart at points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback, get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Colts able to get this back within a touchdown. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. Extra point right down the middle. And that will shave one more off this lead. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time. With it on the return now, here's Westbrook. And he gets it to the 30-yard line, but the football's not going to stay there. There's a penalty marker down.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
So that will push him back. And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back. That penalty will move them back.
No. Check. Patriot. Hurry up. Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Throwing on first down. Blanchard. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. He got 29 yards that time. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like. Like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first 2 passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan, and they're trying to execute it.
And after that second catch, I saw him in the huddle. Hey, let's go back one more time. Didn't work there. 23 yards on the play. From the gun, Blanchard got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark as the first half is winding down. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They run with Collins, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. On third down, that's Robinson, and he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. Here's Brett Kern now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Looking to throw. Blanchard. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Looking to throw on second down. Blanchard. Wide open receiver complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. 23 yards on the play. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that, and when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. If you got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
And again, it's Collins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
From the gun on third down, Luck. And a dump off here to Robinson. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Throwing his Luck. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Third and long, it's Luck. Over the middle, complete. That's Jones. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And nobody in the stadium feels better than he does right now. Just a slew of touchdown passes. He's been spectacular.
And you and I both know this is a team game, one of the best team games that's out there. But right now, I've forgotten what the scoreboard even says. Just watching what he's doing.
It's been fun.
That's been mesmerizing and a whole lot of fun to watch.
He's hoping to keep it going here in the third quarter. 23 yards on the play.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Preston Smith in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Open man right side is Sharp. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. He got 29 yards that time.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Out to his left. Looking long for Witt. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. That goes for a gain of 31.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside. And he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Here's Fournette. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. And 3 yards on the carry there as his defense holds strong and takes it to 4th and goal. And Lambeau will put this one through. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Luck on 3rd down. And he's got his man Hilton. Luck able to find Hilton there for a Colt 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got room. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final. Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the fourth quarter. Here's a first down run with Collins. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Back to throw. Love. Now a hit, and Love lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the...
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Detroit! Detroit!
They go play action here on first down. They'll roll him out right. He's got his man on the crossing route. A gain of 32 that time. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And he finds a man with a crossing route. That goes for a gain of 31. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era when we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this is caught at the 8. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. Because strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done. Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
They give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Blanchard. And this is going to be incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Looking to throw. Blanchard. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. In for the score. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like him? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On first down, Locke. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. On 2nd and 10, Locke. Ball nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
It really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. On 3rd down, it's Robinson. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Desperation time for Locke on 4th down. It's caught. Jones. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. To throw on 2nd down, Blanchard. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
No, check, Patriot!
They'll run it again with Fournette. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun. Blanchard. This will be caught at about the 6. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Gone! Detroit!
Back to throw. Blanchard got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Austin Seferian-Jenkins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Here's Luck. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now a play fake, and it's Luck. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Now they got to get to the line quickly. To throw on second down is Luck. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Here's Luck. And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
Gone!
That one looks like he'll throw here. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Colts pick it up.
Years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our place.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. They haven't had their A game, but I guess because of their offense, they haven't really needed their A game, Charles.
No, they have not. They've done what they've had to do today, which is protect a pretty big lead, but it hasn't been the best day in terms of stuffing people and really shutting down an offense. Maybe one last possession, they can actually get that accomplished.
It's been fun for you and I to watch this shootout, though.
It's almost like someone fired a starter's pistol, and they've been going ever since.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. Luck. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Ronnie Harris Wilson. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10, Luck again. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Single. Blue 40.
On 1st down, it's Luck. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. To throw is Luck. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these 2 teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for Jacksonville, they're into the win column for the 3rd time this year as they get the victory here. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Arizona Cardinals next week. Meanwhile, for the Colts, it's loss number 3 for them on the year. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
If the squad ain't with me, then it ain't right.